Trading psychology is really just best when you're a scalper. You go in and out of the market really fast. You are getting emotions. You're not sure if your trades will work out. You feel the pain of losing trades. And you got to act fast. You got to think on your feet really quick. So I thought it'd be good to bring out a full-time scalper, Jean-Francois, who's on our team at Detaching, to share some tips from psychology. He's going to share here 5 lessons or 5 tips that will make a big difference on your mindset. Things that helped him a lot, and things that you can apply also for your own trading. He's one of the traders I highly respect because he's been scalping for so long and he knows what trading full-time is really about. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and we'll dive right into it with these 5 trading psychology tips from Jean-Francois Boucher.
Most traders will spend years hunting for a better strategy only to realize that they've been tuning the wrong engine this whole time. Right? There's a huge gap between your expectations and reality is when it comes to trading. The expectation is that more data, more indicators, and the perfect timed entry will give you profit. The reality is you can have an elite strategy, but if your nervous system is unstable, you will sabotage yourself every time. And so consistency doesn't come from mastering the charts. It comes from mastering yourself. And what I'm about to share with you today are functional tools that, when applied, profitable trading stops feeling like a constant battle and instead starts emerging naturally from your process. All right, so let's get started. Tip number 1, your ego is built to protect you. Right? To your brain, being wrong feels like a threat. We have to normalize being wrong, which is why closing a losing trade can feel physically uncomfortable. That we have to normalize being wrong. The shift is to remove the emotional charge. Practice saying, I was wrong, as a neutral observation. It's just that, information. When being wrong becomes boring, cutting losses becomes effortless. Right? The next tip is to have an execution scorecard. And most traders are conditioned to judge success with P&L. Green equals good, red equals bad. The problem is you can still execute perfectly and still lose, or execute poorly and still get lucky. And so the shift has to come from within. Right? Stop using profit as your primary metric. Measure your execution instead. Ask yourself, did I follow my entry rules? Did I manage to trade according to plan? Did I exit based on my system rather than my emotions? The next tip would be to protect your decision capital. And trading is a very high demand cognitive activity. Your brain has a limited capacity for high quality decisions. And when you're tired or overstimulated or over trading for that matter, the rational mind shuts down and the survival brain is what has taken over. Right? The shift that is required is to create boundaries. Define trading hours, set a maximum number of trades, and understand when walking away is required. Right? It is not weakness. It's a strategic part of protecting your edge. The next tip would be to rewrite the internal dialogue that you have with yourself. Most traders speak to themselves in ways that they would never tolerate from anyone else. Self-attack triggers shame, and shame does not create growth. It fuels repetition of the same mistakes over and over and over. In order to get over shame, one must realize a shift in mindset. Right? Practice realistic self-support. Replace I'm an idiot with that was a mistake. It's frustrating. That was useful data. What was I feeling right before I clicked? Right? So a different dialogue a little bit of compassion. It's not softness. It will keep your nervous system calm enough for you to learn. And the last point I want to really make is to detach from the outcome. Right? Since no one can control the market, we can only control our responses to the market. Most trading stress comes from trying to control what is inherently uncontrollable. Right? So the shift has to come before you enter the trade. Acknowledge that you don't know whether this trade will win or lose, and it doesn't matter. Your edge will unfold over hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of trades, not that one trade, right? Not necessarily that one trade. When you stop needing that next trade to be a winner, the pressure disappears. And one way to get to that is to reduce the size of the trade to a degree where it is meaningless. You're no longer chasing big money. And so lastly, what I really want to touch on is don't try to rebuild your entire psychology at once. It's a fast track to burning out. Instead, pick one of those 5 points we just touched on and choose to address that one point. Pick the one that has the biggest sticking point right now, right? The biggest hurdle, and commit to it for the next 7 or 14 days. Notice how your relationship with the chart begins to change. And then address the next point on the list for 7 to 14 days. Right? Give yourself time. It's not an overnight light switch. It's not something you can just decide to do, like going to the gym and then you quit the next day. Right? This is more long term. So if you decide to address one of these points, it's something you're committing to doing for a while. There's no going back.
All right, it's a short video, but I want to have it here on YouTube because it's so powerful and there's a lot of stuff you can learn from it. Make sure you comment with your favorite advice. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if it's not done yet. If you want to see Jean-Francois trade live, here's a link on the screen to see that. And we'll catch you back there in that video right here. Ciao.